What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Poker Swag CEO coming at you with another YouTube video. Basically, just following my adventures of fantasy football for the first time using Draftkings for the season. I'm just gonna pick up where I left off at. Pretty much took a bye week or two over the last couple weeks. I've still been playing fantasy football. I just haven't been doing the videos or anything like that. So I figured I'll just kind of pick it up once again. Week 9. It's going to be an interesting week, I think. Got a lot of teams on the bye, 6 teams total. Plus you got Cincinnati and Browns playing on Thursday Night Football. So at least from Sunday to Monday, it should be, I think, pretty clear cut. What teams really have the certain advantages over others. So, hopefully this week will be that week. Obviously, we're talking about week 9. The week is just at the halfway point, pretty much just pushing beyond that. So time is flying by so fast. So definitely looking to try to get a big win this week with the teams that are still left. So, like I said, I'm just going to dive right in here. Pick up where I left off at. Obviously, the other weeks, picking up from week 7, I didn't make a video about, I won 100th grand. So, obviously my picks didn't work out that week. You had some crazy games that happened. Obviously, with last week, Breeze and Eli Manning. I didn't see that shit coming. You also had Brady demolishing Miami. Didn't see that coming either. And then Brady and what he did against the Jets the week before. So, a lot of interesting games. A lot of teams are kind of, a lot of surprises. A heck of a lot of injuries. So, a lot of these rosters are pretty much decimated with injuries. But, you just got to kind of push through. A lot of people are going to get an opportunity to shine. Stephon Diggs, prime example. After a bunch of receivers went down, he got a shot, and the man's going off. So, so let's just jump back into this here. So, where is it at? Here we go. 1.25 million. 100,000 top prize. We're going to start a new lineup here. Obviously got quite a few going already, but this is the one I'm going to put on YouTube. So obviously you can follow me, Poker Swag CEO. If you're playing the tournaments, you'll see my name sprinkled across that thing. And hopefully I'll be in the top half rather than the bottom half this time. Since I've been putting out these videos, I've actually had some winnings, but just not enough to really brag about. Okay, so obviously with the trade deadline over, really the only trade I believe happened that was even made the media was Vernon Davis, but I guess at the last minute, you can't pick him this week for fantasy football. Won't register, at least on Draftkings anyway. So the build I'm going to go with this video is going to be off of New Orleans Saints. Why? Number one, because Drew Brees is still a badass, throwing 7 touchdowns and just freaking torching the Giants. And number two, the matchup they're going with this week, it should be a great game. So I'm going to jump right in with Drew Brees as my quarterback. Still in that kind of mid to high range, above 7,000. But that's okay. He's worth every penny. I'm going to pretty much back him up with his number 1 receiver, Brandon Cooks. Because in order for him to get those points, he's got to throw it to somebody. So I'm going to put Cooks up in there. And then the tight end that came out of no freaking where, 12 years in the league, didn't make a damn wave. And now all of a sudden, if you don't have him on your fantasy, you, at least on any team, you're not really following with current events. So if I can find his ass, what the hell? Okay, it's making me search here. Okay, here we go. Benjamin Watson. All right, so that's gonna be my New Orleans core for this build for the week 9 for this particular tournament. Obviously, I'm gonna fill that in with some other starters on other teams. Ingram, he's okay, but I don't know if he got kind of tweaked or hurt last week. It seemed like he was doing good, but he just kind of got out the game. So obviously, I would expect him to have a good game against Tennessee with all the BS going on in Tennessee right now. But there are just other running backs out there that can do what he can do and more and cost the same, or you just pay a little bit extra because they're just people you just have to have on your team. Namely, Todd Gurley. Yes, they're going up against Minnesota. It's not supposed to be a walk in the park, but the man is so strong, so fast. I don't give a damn who you put in front of him. The man is probably going to go off either way. So he's one of the few last week that actually did what they were supposed to do as far as getting above 20 points for the fantasy. I'm gonna tailor him up with number 1 leading rusher so far. Well, actually, I don't think he is anymore. But God damn it, Devontae Freeman. You just got to go with it. Hopefully, they both have a good game. Obviously, you look up the matchup with Atlanta going this year, Week 9 against San Fran. Again, another team in complete disarray. The man should go ham. He should have a phenomenal game against San Francisco. If he doesn't, oh my gosh, I'm reverting back to Week 4 where I was a skeptic. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I got my 2 lead running backs in there. Wide receivers, I mentioned this man already today in the video, Stephon Diggs. It is interesting enough, if you guys are watching NFL Network today, it has a questionable tag talking about his hamstring. Yet he was doing an interview on NFL Network, and he seemed to be pretty fine. He seemed to be in good spirits, man. I mean, obviously, if he's a featured interview piece for this week, I would think if he has any issues or whatever, that they wouldn't select him. It would just be a bad choice. But he seems pretty fine. He seems fine, so I'm gonna throw him in my rotation. Again, they're going against Seattle. I'm not Seattle, but St. Louis, and I wouldn't. St. Louis's pass defense is a lot scarier than their. Well, I say their line is a lot scarier than their quarterbacks or the cornerbacks or safeties. So I would think that Stephon Diggs, he'll still have a pretty good game. He's probably going to work a little bit harder because they both have the same record. They both are hungry to keep winning, and obviously Todd Gurley is going to do his best to not let Minnesota run away with it. It should be a great game. I mean, I'm pulling for either one to just have a phenomenal game this week. Other than that, let's see. You know what? I'm again matchups, and this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to go with Jarvis Landry. Okay. Stat-wise, the man was doing pretty good. They had that little run going last couple of weeks. Until they ran into the freaking Patriots and then kind of knocked them back down to earth. But I think they're going to pick up where they left off at. Their opponent this week, Buffalo, who beat the brakes off their ass in week 3, they probably want some redemption. They was under the old head coach, who obviously you guys know got relieved of duties. So with this new head coach, their new frame of mind, their new play, everything is new about them. They may give Buffalo a run for their money. So I'm going to go ahead with Landry in there. He is the top receiver on the team. Rashard Matthews would have been the second choice, and he's a little bit cheaper. But he's number 2. Probably number 3 if you count Miller coming out the backfield. I mean, basically Landry and Miller has been doing pretty much most of the work out there. Let's see. Now, flex player. Again, my salary is getting a little low, so I might end up going with the double tight end this time around, only because there's been some really inexpensive tight ends coming on the scene, either due to injuries or quarterbacks realizing I got to use my tight end. I got to take a page out of Brady's book and actually utilize my tight end. I mean, shit. If Brady wasn't doing what he's doing with Gronk, you really think they'll be 7-0? Probably not. You got to use your tight end. Look at Drew Brees. Look at, let's see who else actually used their tight end. Well, obviously New England. Let's see who else. Shit, look at Cincinnati. Look, I didn't know who Tyler Eifert was until this year. You know, even the Browns are able to kind of hang in there on offensive side with their tight end. Defense, terrible. Defense wins football games. So you can have a freaking offense that will score 50 points a game. Ask New York. But if your defense can't stop anybody, it's pointless. So, I'd chuck some of those losses up to the Browns defense, but on offense, they use their tight end. I'm just saying. So I might go with the double tight end here, but what I will do first, just so I can see how much I got in here, is take a look at my defenses first. Obviously, no brainer. It's going to be pretty much either Broncos, the Pats. Again, just looking at matchups. Broncos got Indianapolis. Pats got Washington. Let's see. That's really the best ones. I mean, shit, you can't even really use Panthers and Packers because they play each other. Eagles, they are playing Dallas, but I don't know about that. I'll tell you what, since it's on here and the matchup is just so good, Pats and Washington, I'll put it on there. I got 3,200 to go. Let's see, who can I use as a flex? And like I said, I might want to go with the tight end. Apparently, Tampa Bay's tight end, he's coming back. He's been out for like 5 weeks. And he was just murdering it when he was in the game, the first 2 weeks or whatever. But I guess he had a shoulder injury and put him out for damn near all season. So he's coming back. He's a highly favored, hopefully. Jacob Tammy, he had his best game ever last week. Instead of Matt Ryan taking sacks, he decided to use his tight end, but they still didn't win. I don't know about that. Steven Johnson, apparently actually, you know what? Steven Johnson, I might go with him. I might take back what I said about the double tight end, and now that I really think about it, since Keenan Allen is out for the season, you got Malcolm Floyd, which you guys know from my previous videos. I'm not a big fan of him, but the man did play pretty good in Keenan Allen's absence. Now you got Stevie Johnson, who has been injured sometimes this year, but he's healthy right now, and basically he's number 2 guy right now. I mean, number 11 on San Diego, and if Phillip Rivers is going to continue to sling the ball like he's doing, obviously his options would be Gates, Malcolm, Stevie, Woodhead. He used Woodhead pretty good 2 weeks ago, but didn't use him for jack shit last week. So, I would be on the fence about Woodhead. I'm going to go with Stevie Johnson. If I hear something or read something or have a weird dream and decide to replace some people, I'll let y'all know. But here it is. This is my Week 9 matchup for the Draftkings $1.25 million tournament. Obviously with the $100,000 first place prize. With Drew Brees. Let me hurry up and register. There you go. They have this little other screen. Here we go. Bam. Where's it at? Here he is. Drew Brees, Freeman, Gurley, Cook, Diggs, Landry, Watson, Johnson, and the Pats. So, well, if you like the video, you like my picks, you want to make a comment, I love comments. I read them all. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe to my page. I will monetize this video so I can get some money, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys hopefully Tuesday or after Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. Peace.